and gentlemen, Colonel P.T. Chester Whitmore is proud to present Bungo Chungo and the Zimbabwe Super.
Do you see Banana Man hopping over on the white hot sand? Here he come with some for me. Freshly taken from banana tree. Banana Man.
Good day, folks. It's Thursday, May 2nd, I want to say. And this is Trick's Takeout Triptych Show. Let's start up today's broadcast with Banana Man by Tally Hall. Now, I know you're all dying for news on the Great Apartment Hunt, but I will give you news when there is news to give. And as of right now, there is no news to give. So news you shan't get. As for that other video that I'm making, the one that Corbin was talking about, I'm having problems finding the pictures that I wished, so consequently I'm probably not going to get that up for at least another 2 weeks. But you'll get to see it eventually, I promise. Today, we're going to talk about a man that I've mentioned at least once before. Mayor John F. Street of Philadelphia. Now, I have mentioned on several occasions that I dislike Mayor Street, and that is going to be the main focus of my speaking tonight. Now, I know this isn't really going to be a massive concern to anybody not living in the city of Philadelphia or the surrounding areas, but mayoral elections are coming up soon, and I'm kind of dried up for content at the moment. And besides, I thought I'd mention why I hate the man so much, considering how I've mentioned my hatred for him at least once. Thought you guys deserved an explanation. Now let's start out with a little background information, shall we? John Franklin Street is the 97th mayor of the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was originally elected following Ed Rendell as mayor in 1999, and then was re-elected for God knows what reason for a second term in 2004. He's a member of the Democratic Party and became the mayor of Philadelphia after serving 19 years on the city council. A couple of those years actually involved him being president. John Street was born on October 15th, 1943, in a little town that we're all familiar with called Norristown. He received his undergraduate degree in English from Oakwood College in Huntsville, Alabama, and then received his law degree from Temple University, back here in good old Philly. Now, I mentioned that he was on city council for 19 years and had a fairly good relationship with them for those 19 years, obviously, having been elected president of them. However, in light of recent corruption scandals and FBI investigations, his relationship with the city council has become tenuous at best. A little shaky there. The April 17th, 2005 issue of Time magazine named John Street as one of the 3 worst big city mayors in the entire United States. Now let's get into why I don't like the man. During Street's first term, there was a very, very large amount of emphasis placed upon the Neighborhood Transition Initiative, which is basically an idea to combat the long history Philadelphia has had of decrepit and decaying urban settings. One of the ways John Street suggested that we deal with this was by demolishing old and mostly historic buildings rather than, reusing them or recycling them. Another big historic thing that John Street did was ban skateboarding in the famous Love Park in Philadelphia. In 2004, he actually turned down a $1 million funding offer from DC Shoes that would have required him reinstating. Oh yeah, and another real personal thing he did. On September 12th, 2006, less than half a month before I got here, Street signed into law the smoking ban that I'm sure I've mentioned in several cases, that bans smoking in all public areas in Philadelphia, including bars and nightclubs, and probably the upcoming casinos, and also banned technically smoking within, I believe, 10 feet of any public building. In a 2002 address at an NAACP conference, John Street said the following, quote, The brothers and sisters are running the city. Oh yes, the brothers and sisters are running this city. Running it. Don't let nobody fool you. We are in charge of the city of brotherly love. We are in charge. We are in charge. Ah, nothing like racially inflaming statements to get a mayoral candidate going. Another minor thing that's happened during the streets mayoral terms, the murder rate in Philadelphia hit a 7-year high last year. In 2005, there were 380 murders, up from 330 murders the previous year, and in 2006, there were 408 murders. We love the violence, yes we do. We love the violence, how about you? Now, as for the City Hall corruption scandal, this is directly from the Wikipedia article on Mayor John Street. During the re-election campaign against Sam Cass, the FBI acknowledged that it had placed listening devices in the mayor's office as part of a sweeping investigation of municipal corruption. The FBI's investigation uncovered a corruption scheme led by Street's friend and fundraiser, Ron White, who died before going to trial. Former city treasurer Corey Kemp, a member of Street's administration, was sentenced to 10 years in jail after being found guilty on 27 corruption-related charges in May 2005. Kemp's induction into the nice little hotel with the barred doors and the limited window space and slightly less than picturesque cityscape views basically started a downward spiral that ended up encapsulating quite a few people somehow related to John F. Street and his administration. Now granted, nobody has actually charged Street with anything in this. However, listen to this. In November 2006, federal authorities charged that T. Milton Street, the older brother of John F. Street, traded on his last name to obtain lucrative city contracts and failed to pay taxes on more than $2 million in income. It is alleged that soon after Mayor Street took office in 2000, Milton Street began hiring himself out as a consultant to companies that thought he could help them get city contacts. One company paid Milton Street, who is a hot dog vendor, $30,000 a month consulting fee. Mayor Street continues to defend his brother's right to pursue city contracts. Basically, Street's older brother was using his last name and what people allegedly thought was political connections to get contracting deals. He's a fucking hot dog vendor. Now, there is another incident that deserves mentioning. The now infamous in Philadelphia Boy Scout issue. Now, what this is basically John F. Street ordered the city's local Boy Scout chapter to start admitting gay scout leaders. This is not really what This is not really what anybody has a problem with. What people have a problem with is that because Mayor Street determined that the Boy Scout chapter was breaking the anti-discrimination laws in Philadelphia, he decided to vacate the city-owned building that the chapter has resided in since 1928, or pay market rent. Now, I'm all up for punishing people for going against the anti-discrimination ordinances, but even I have to say that seems a little extreme. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Peace out, and keep on surviving. Oh yeah, and the guy's fucking square head kind of bothers me too. I don't know why. It's the most retarded haircut ever. On the sides. Bleh.
I think I can.